No one saw it coming. A wedding pushed up, a reason no one expected, and a secret that could destroy everything. Kyle and Claire are racing to the altar, but behind their sudden decision lies something no one dares to say out loud. According to Rspoilers, there may be 3 major reasons behind Kyle and Claire's sudden sprint toward marriage, and each one is more dramatic than the last. Let's break down what's driving this surprise engagement, and what it could mean for everyone involved. Everything begins with a subtle but potentially heartbreaking moment. Cole Howard's persistent cough in the April 24th episode. It was brief, but longtime Y&R fans know that nothing on this show is incidental. In a world where every glance, pause, and line of dialogue carries weight, that cough could be a major red flag, a quiet warning of something far more serious. Though no diagnosis has been confirmed yet, the signs are impossible to ignore. The writers may be laying the groundwork for a devastating twist. Cole may be terminally ill. And that possibility changes everything for Claire Newman. Claire's life has never been simple. Her family history is complicated, her relationships strained, and she spent much of her life on the outside, looking in. But Cole? He's her father, the one person who's been trying to build a true connection with her. Now imagine this. Cole's time is limited. The clock is ticking, and Claire is hit with the sudden, crushing realization that if she wants her father to walk her down the aisle, she may not have long to make it happen. That single moment, walking arm in arm with her dad, sharing the symbolic step into her future, could become the most important moment of her life. A moment she doesn't want to lose. And Kyle, knowing everything Claire's been through, would understand exactly how much that means. He wouldn't hesitate. He'd propose not just out of love, but out of loyalty, out of compassion, and out of a desire to give Claire the memory she so deeply deserves. A wedding born from emotion, urgency, and legacy? That's the kind of soul-stirring, tear-jerking storyline The Young and the Restless does best. Let's shift from heartbreak to power, because in Genoa City, there's no name more synonymous with dominance than Victor Newman. Lately, Victor's been working behind the scenes, orchestrating yet another one of his infamous plans. His latest strategy? Using Audra Charles as a tool to drive a wedge between Kyle Abbott and Claire Newman. But this time, it's not working. Kyle and Claire aren't naive. They've both been manipulated before, they know what a setup smells like. And as Audra tries to execute Victor's plan, it's becoming clear that the real outcome may be the exact opposite of what Victor wanted. Instead of cracking under pressure, Kyle and Claire are closing ranks. They're reading the signs, they're sensing the trap, and more importantly, they're starting to bond even deeper because of it. And for Kyle, that's a turning point. Kyle has always operated in the shadow of powerful men, his father, Jack Abbott, and now Victor Newman. But this time, he's not going to play by their rules. He's fed up with being manipulated, tested, and underestimated. If Victor's goal was to rattle him, to intimidate him into walking away from Claire, he may have just inspired Kyle to do the exact opposite. Proposing to Claire, and doing it fast, would be Kyle's ultimate move. Not just an act of love, but a bold, strategic play. A declaration of independence. He'd be saying, "I'm not your puppet. I don't need your approval. And you don't get to control my future." By marrying Claire, Kyle draws a clear line in the sand. He reclaims agency over his own life, his relationships, and his choices, in full defiance of Victor's interference. And if Victor watches from the sidelines as Kyle and Claire say, "I do," that wedding might not just be a union of hearts. It might be a direct challenge to the most powerful man in Genoa City. One that Victor won't forget, and might not forgive. At the core of all the speculation, interference, and strategy, lies something pure: love. Despite the chaos swirling around them, Victor's manipulation, Audra's schemes, and lingering doubts from those closest to them, Claire Newman and Kyle Abbott have found something rare in Genoa City: real, unshakable connection. Their bond didn't happen overnight. It was forged through pain, redemption, and shared vulnerability. Claire has carried the weight of her past, fighting for acceptance and struggling to reclaim her identity after everything she endured. Kyle, too, has had his share of heartbreak, from failed relationships to public scrutiny as part of the Abbott legacy. But somehow, through the noise, they found each other. And what they've built, it's not just chemistry. It's not just rebound romance. It's mutual trust, emotional safety, and a sense of peace neither of them thought they'd ever find. To outsiders, it might look rushed, sudden, even reckless, but from Kyle and Claire's point of view, it feels inevitable. They've faced pressure, betrayal, and manipulation, and instead of falling apart, they've become stronger. More certain, more committed. So maybe the question isn't, why now? Maybe the real question is, why wait? In a town like Genoa City, where alliances shift overnight, and happiness is always temporary, when two people know what they want, holding back starts to feel like a risk they're no longer willing to take. A fast wedding, in this case, isn't an escape, it's a bold step forward. A declaration to the world, and to each other, that what they've found is real, lasting, and worth protecting. If Claire and Kyle really do race to the altar, the fallout could be enormous, because this union isn't just about love. It's about family, legacy, loyalty, and revenge. First and foremost, Victor Newman won't take this lightly. He's spent weeks quietly working to pull them apart, and if they go through with a wedding, it means his efforts not only failed, they backfired. Victor doesn't lose well. When he feels outmaneuvered, he doesn't retreat, he retaliates. So expect Victor to ramp up the pressure. Will he try to sabotage the ceremony? Block the marriage license? Threaten Kyle's career? Nothing's off the table when the Newman patriarch feels disrespected. And then there's Audrey Charles, caught in the middle but never passive. If she sees her mission falling apart, she could double down, getting more manipulative, or she might pivot entirely. A woman like Audrey doesn't sit still when a plan fails, she adapts. And whoever stands in her way should watch their back. Let's not forget Summer Newman, Kyle's ex-wife, co-parent, and someone who still carries feelings whether she admits it or not. Watching Kyle marry another woman, especially someone as complicated as Claire, could reawaken jealousy, resentment, and unresolved love. Could Summer attempt to intervene? Would she crash the wedding? Or worse, could she realize she wants Kyle back, just as he's about to slip away for good? And what about the Abbotts and Newmans? This isn't just a relationship, it's an alliance between two of Genoa City's most powerful bloodlines. That means this wedding won't just be about cake and vows, it'll be political, emotional, and explosive. Some will welcome it, others will resist it, and some may try to destroy it from within. Finally, hovering over all of this is Cole Howard. If his health is truly in decline, this wedding could take on a deeper emotional significance. His presence at the ceremony, walking Claire down the aisle, delivering a heartfelt speech, or simply being there to give his blessing, could become the soul of the entire storyline. And if tragedy strikes during the event, a collapse, a medical emergency, or a shocking reveal, the wedding could turn into a turning point for multiple characters. This isn't just a happy ending or a romantic subplot. It's a fuse. And once it's lit, it could trigger a chain reaction of conflict, betrayal, and heartbreak that stretches far beyond Kyle and Claire. Because in The Young and the Restless, weddings are never just about love. They're about power, and they always come with a price. As the buzz around Claire and Kyle's whirlwind romance intensifies, one question looms large over Genoa City: why now? Why so fast? Is this sudden rush to the altar a deeply emotional response to Cole Howard's possible declining health? A daughter desperate to share one perfect, unforgettable moment with her father before it's too late? Is it a bold, defiant move, Kyle's way of firing back at Victor Newman, making it crystal clear that no amount of scheming or manipulation will dictate his heart? Or maybe it's something simpler and far more powerful: love. The rare kind that comes along once, feels certain, and makes everything else, the timing, the politics, the chaos, completely irrelevant. Maybe it's all three. Emotion, rebellion, uncertainty. Whatever the reason, one thing is guaranteed. This wedding is not going to be quiet. If Kyle and Claire do make it down the aisle, it won't just be a ceremony. It'll be a statement, one that could set off a tidal wave of consequences. Will Victor sit back and watch this happen? Or will he throw a final, unexpected wrench into their plans? Will Audra retaliate if her efforts fail? Or turn her sights on someone else in revenge? Could Summer step out of the shadows and reveal she's not as over Kyle as she seemed? And what happens if Cole collapses at the wedding, or doesn't live to see it at all? This is more than a love story. This is a fuse, and it's burning fast. So now, we want to hear from you. Are you rooting for Kyle and Claire to make it official, or are you bracing for disaster? Do you think their love is real, or rushed? And if the wedding does happen, who will be the one to try and stop it? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We're watching this unfold with you. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because if we've learned anything from the young and the restless, it's this. Every kiss, every vow, and every secret can change the course of everything. Hold on tight. This wedding may be the beginning of something beautiful, or the spark that burns it all down. Stay tuned. The next twist is coming faster than anyone thinks.